Take two, trying again. Hopefully Hayley will join us in a second. I already asked you all how your new year was, but hey, I'll ask you again. How was your new year? So Hayley and I are hopefully going to be talking about intention setting tonight, which is obviously appropriate for New Year. Got my vision boarding workshop coming up this Sunday, which I'm quite excited about. Create and set our intentions for 2024. Did I say Saturday? I meant Sunday. I don't know what I said. Right, hopefully Hayley will be here in a minute. Here's Hayley, wants to join. Approve. Ooh. Invitation. Hey.
Yay!
I think that was my fault because I put the phone sideways to start with, and
That's okay.
like it.
Yeah, because it wouldn't let me join to begin with. It said you must turn your camera on to join. It's like, okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. We got
All
there.
right. Intention setting.
Yes.
Go.
It's a good topic. You always do this to me, Luke. Okay, yeah. So intention setting, I think, is really powerful and quite underestimated. I think that things don't even particularly work if you don't have the intention. So you can be doing a sage and clearing things, but it's only kind of working because you've got that intention that things are being cleared and cleansed and blessed. And I think it's really important to be clear on our intentions, especially because obviously it's New Year. Everyone has New Year's resolutions and their intentions, but I think it's really important to have clarity on what it is in a specific way that what you want. And usually something I read would have been a couple of years ago is we think we want all these things outside of us, material things to make us happy, and then we have to go down this road of getting that thing and then finding out that, oh, it wasn't actually that I wanted, it was actually emotion that came with it that is what I wanted, to feel fulfilled, to be happy, to have peace. So really skip all those steps and choose to set an intention of what feeling are you going to get from it, and then everything else will fall into place. So yeah, I use intentions at the beginning of the day. Just usually say my intention is like something simple. Don't like to complicate it because otherwise it gets messy and doesn't really work too well. I just say to clear the blocks today and to evolve spiritually, and whatever comes of that I surrender to. And then usually if I do meditations or breath works and things, I'll just set a quick intention. I say quick. In my head, I'm an overthinker. And then I think of more things. So I'm like, okay, I want peace. Oh, and I want clarity. And I want acceptance. And I want joy. And then it goes on. And then I take it back and say, well, if you could only choose one thing right now to work on, what would that be? What's the most important? And that's it. What about you? How do you go about it?
Well, so firstly, I want to rewind and talk about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Load
of bollocks. Use my French.
I was going to say, when you said everyone sets New Year's resolutions, I'm like, do we?
Oh, a lot of people. Sorry, I didn't mean to generalise.
I don't know if that's kind of going out of the window now. I don't know if people still do that. However, what I do is make sure, as we said, set intentions. But for example, a vision board works great for me. And I know it's a bit cliche. But what I want to, I'm actually doing this weekend as a workshop, funnily enough, plug. But what I've learned through human design actually is that there are two different types of way to manifest. So when it comes to intention setting, we don't all do it the same.
Okay. Yeah.
So vision board may work for one, but not another. Gratitude journal may work for one, but not another. Verbal intentions, whatever. I think it works differently for everyone, and that is what I have come to the conclusion of over my, I don't know, let's say 15 years of spiritual exploration. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
Um, so, you know, a vision board will work for me because in human design, I'm what's known as a specific manifester. So I have to boil down to the nitty gritty. So if I want a fancy house, I need to know like what front door that house is going to have, what the kitchen is going to look like, you know, what the room layout's going to be. I have to boil down to the nitty gritty because I'm a specific manifester. But then some people are non-specific, and those people, like you said, would focus on the feeling. Like, what am I trying to get out of this? What emotion? What is it fulfilling for me? And so I am starting to learn that we don't all do it in the same way. So what works for one will not work for another.
Yeah.
I even think that, and again, I've been exploring this a lot in the last couple of years around things like, you know, we must love ourselves first, or we must heal from the inside out. And I think that there are moments in life when that's really true. And then there are moments in life where actually the external world can really uplift us and support us and make us feel wonderful. So I don't always think it's as clear cut as there being kind of one way to do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Definitely. Yeah.
So,
and you've kind of figured yours out through human design, and I suppose everyone else will figure it out through similar and trial and error.
100%. And that's what I was going to say. You know, we all have, sorry if the camera's shaking, the table that I'm leaning on is really wobbly. We all need to find what resonates for us and what works for us. And so not one specific thing is going to work for anyone. But it is total trial and error. Like, it's 15 years of exploration for me, and I haven't mastered it by any means.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that we set people up for failure when we say, oh, you know, just do this, this, and this, and then it's all going to come to fruition. Yeah. And I just don't buy into that anymore. I used to.
You can't guarantee that for anyone. No. It's false promises and inauthentic.
Yeah. And we also have no idea subconsciously what's going on, what we've brought in from past lives, if you believe that.
Yeah. I think there's things that block it as well, right? Yeah. A lot of our limiting beliefs can block what we're wanting to set the intention on and manifest.
And maybe we're not even supposed to achieve it in this lifetime. But again, depends on your belief. That's mine. So I think I've learned that, as I say, not one size fits all, but also, I mean, the hardest lesson, I can't say I think I've learned this, but is patience.
Still working on that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very impatient, and I'm always, this is a great topic for conversation, actually, if you want to go into it. Contentment. I'm never content.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. I can definitely resonate with that. And there needs to be more of something. I have that unfulfilled feeling within me.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I can achieve stuff, like, I mean, I was just actually saying to my husband yesterday, like, this 5 years ago, this was my goal. And I'm here, and now I'm like, I'm not like sat here thinking, oh, this is nice, I'm very content. I'm sat here thinking, what's next?
Yeah. And we often do that. We're just focused on the goal, always in the future, and then we reach it and we don't sit there and just be present with what we've actually achieved. We're like, okay, on to the next thing. And it's like you're on this journey, and this part here is just as important as when you reach the top of that mountain and you hit that goal. It's about being present in the journey and having fun with it and being with that experience as well. But that's way easier said than done, because I think it's all in our programming as well, right?
Oh yeah, but then I meet people who are genuinely content, and then I look at what they have and I think, wow, that's wonderful that you're content. But if that were me, I'd be like, what's
yeah. And it's okay to have big dreams, but it doesn't bring us any kind of peace, does it, if we're always looking for something more and what's next?
I don't know. I wonder if contentment doesn't bring me peace. Maybe it's just in me to be someone that's constantly striving. So actually, I would say most of the people in the world, generalizing, have settled. You know, they're in their 9 to 5 or their family situation, they just accept it. I'm not suggesting that they're content, but I'm saying that they have accepted that that is life and that's the way it's supposed to be. I guess maybe this is the difference. I don't accept in that sense. I'm like, no, there's got to be more. I can always improve. If I'm not happy, I'm not going to stay here. Why would I do that? So I think that's really interesting, actually. Oh, look, Katie's just said, I really need something to strive for, or I feel miserable. Yeah, totally. I'm like that. But I think that we're all just different.
Yeah.
And I think that what works for one will not work for another. I think that, so back to intention setting, just kind of rounding this off a little bit.
Yeah.
I just think that we don't have to make intention setting big or grand if we don't want to.
Yeah.
And I think you said this earlier, simplicity, even though you're an overthinker and it's not always as simple as you intend it to be, but our intention setting could be as simple as, I'm not going to have toast for breakfast today, I'm going to have something healthier. And it's one tiny intention for that whole day, and you can tick it off and feel good.
Yeah. And I think it's important to keep intentions positive instead of focusing on the negative. So it's like that whole law of attraction thing, in where your focus goes, your energy flows, corny cliche stuff. But if you're focusing on, my intention is to not be unhealthy anymore, we're really putting our energy into being unhealthy, especially because that unconscious mind's not hearing the not as well. So focusing on what we would have if we didn't have those negatives anymore. And it's that whole, have you heard of acting as if to create your reality?
No,
Act as if.
Oh,
that's an intention and a manifestation technique as well. So
as in you've already got it.
Yeah, so you're basically acting as if it's already yours. You're saying it as if it's, you've already got it, so that you're tuning into the correct frequency. But yeah, I tell you what, vision boards work as well. I did a vision board once, and I wrote a check, from the book The Secret. I printed out the little check from the website, wrote $10,000 on it, and next to it I wrote a visa when I was in Australia because I wanted to stay longer. And within 2 weeks I had $10,000 in my bank account and the visa, and it paid for the visa. So that was like, vision boards work.
That would suggest to me that you might be a specific manifester.
Okay.
Did we look this up the other day? I can't remember.
Oh, possibly. I don't think we got that far though.
Yeah. So that suggests to me that you're a specific manifester, because if you were a non-specific, the idea is that you would focus on the feelings.
Okay.
So that would be interesting to look up for you.
Yeah, definitely.
We looked something up on your chart the other day. I can't remember what it was.
We did. Was it the eating that I had to be calm?
Yeah, maybe.
I was like, I've never eaten in calm, where you're present, no TV, no going out for dinners, no people talking. I was like, I don't think I've ever done that in my life.
Yeah.
I have, and then I'm like, it's too quiet, turn the TV on.
Amazing what we're conditioned to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So, what would be if you had 3 top tips for 2024, what would they be?
What, in general, or around intentions?
Well, intentions is the theme, but I think all the general stuff leads to good intentions, right?
Yeah. I'd definitely say simplify things would be one of my top tips. I think that when I brought everything back to basics and simplified everything, that just was a game changer for me. I overcomplicate things in my mind and think it has to be this whole big thing, when really the simple things are the best. The simple practices, the simple affirmations, intentions. And then it just flew out of my head. Hang on, it's going to come back if it's meant to. No, it's gone, but obviously I'm not going to say that one, so I'll think of another one. So keeping it simple. Consistency, there you go, it came back. So the simple and consistent practices. So consistency was massive for me in 2023. Even if you start with like a few minute practice, I think that'll be my third tip, a daily practice, because I think that the consistency and the daily practice is just huge. Even if it's really quick to begin with. At least you're getting that routine in something that's keeping you stable and balanced. I think that really just helped me to have more of an even keel, a lot more centeredness, feeling just a lot more peace, a lot more ease in my body. I went from like 5 minutes a day and then built up, because I'm someone that's like, go hard or go home. This may not be for everyone, but for me these are really helpful tips, because I would just go like 5 steps forward but then 6 steps back, so it was really counterproductive. So in just taking little baby steps, small practices, like, I don't know, for me, I just started with the meditation in the morning, breath work, something like that, and then I built up from there. And then once you've got that as a consistent practice, bad habits will fall away, and it will be an unconscious habit that you're just like, I get up and I meditate, that's what I do, I don't even have to think about it. And then you can implement more practices, more healthy habits and coping strategies in time. But yeah, it's not about overloading yourself, and just keeping it simple. Bring it all back to basics. If it's confusing, just come back to the breath. Always simple. Breath is simple, right? That is what done it for me. And more just, yeah, taking it easy on yourself, being kind to yourself, because we're the worst inner critics. And I think that was 4, but yeah, just be good to yourself, because everyone else is learning from you. The loved ones, the people you love the most, aren't going to learn from what you're saying to them, what you're telling them. Words are not, don't
Lead by example, right?
Yeah, people take on what we're actually doing and embodying. And if we want our loved ones to be happy and at peace, we've got to embody that first, and that comes with self-love. So yeah, what about you? What are your top 3, Luke?
Well, one of the very first things that I learned like 15 years ago was, it might have actually not been then, I don't know, some time ago, somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, was the 3 Ps: practice, patience, and persistence.
Yeah.
And I think that summarizes what you just said, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
Patience is the hardest. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you say, well, persistence and kind of consistency are similar, right? So very much about just keep swimming. You know,
keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do? We swim. Yeah, I often want to just give up straight away. Not straight away, or if it's been a week and I'm like, oh. But we set an intention, right? And we've got to allow this 3D world to have that time to actually manifest it. And it's in divine time, and then there may be blocks that we need to clear before that. But yeah, having the patience to trust in that is key. But yeah, like you say, the hardest.
Absolutely. So on that note, do you want to lead us into a practice?
Love to. Yeah. So hang on, let me just recap that. Patience, persistence, and
practice.
How about another P? Preparation's always good as well. Preparation, patience, persistence. I'm overcomplicating it. I'm not simplifying.
If you're a prepper, I'm not.
No, me neither.
I'm
actually, yeah.
Person.
Yeah, same. Go with the flow. Okay, so I invite anyone watching along to join in with this meditation. We can just close down our eyes and just come into the body. It's just going to be a short meditation, just intuitive, to just come back into the present, the only moment that really truly exists. Going into the past is what brings on more depression in the future, more anxiety. So when we come into the present, we give ourselves the opportunity to find peace and stillness. So just coming into the body and taking a few deep breaths in through the nose, all the way to the top, feeling that belly expand, and just letting that go. Same again, breathing in nice and slowly, just slowing it down all the way to the top. And just as you let go, allowing your body to soften, letting go of any tension from the day. And one last big deep breath in through the nose, the biggest breath you've taken all day. Pausing slightly at the top. And just letting that go with a bit of a sigh. And just tune in into your senses. What can you see behind your closed eyes? Any colours, shapes, light? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? Maybe remnants of dinner, drink. What can you touch and feel? The clothes on your skin, your weight on your seat. And just coming back to the breath. And just being aware of the rise and the fall of your belly. Just breathing in and out through your nose. Palms face up if you want to tune in to the divine, or they face down if you want to feel more grounded. As we're just going to go ahead and do a bit of a body scan. And we don't have to change anything. We're just welcoming all emotions, welcoming everything and accepting and acknowledging all parts of ourselves. So just tuning into the forehead. Is there any tension here? Just allowing that to soften if it wants to. Tuning into the eyes, the ears, the jaw, the neck, shoulders. Just allowing them to relax and to sit with all parts of you, acknowledging if there is any tension in any areas of your body, and just sending a bit of love here, sending your breath here, and just feeling your arms, the weight of them, your hands and your fingers, feeling into your chest, your heart, and tuning into your heartbeat. Just tuning into your back, upper and lower, your lower belly, hips, into your thighs, your lower legs, and all the way into your feet and every toe. And just asking yourself, how am I feeling today? Without any judgment, any criticism, just observing. Just observing how your body is, knowing that it's all okay and perfect as it is. Just coming back to your breath now. And just knowing that it's normal for our minds to wander off. When you spot it, cheer yourself on. Be your own best friend, your own cheerleader. And congratulate yourself. Don't criticize yourself when you're achieving your goals and setting these intentions, and sitting in the presence of it. Even if you have felt like you failed, it's all part of the divine plan. Everything is as it is, and our labels are what usually cause the suffering. So just bring in your mind back to the breath anytime it wanders off, coming back to your senses, which brings you back into presence. And just practicing this throughout the day, it can bring you so much more peace, empowerment, and taking back your control. And when you're ready, just in your own time, wiggling your hands, wiggling your feet, your toes, your shoulders, giving them a roll. And just opening your eyes and coming back with the intention that we're going to bring this peace with us and to spread it to everyone around us. Thank you. Namaste. And that's just a quick little body scan. Only takes a few minutes to do and can really be quite powerful to set us up for a great day or to finish the day and leave it all behind.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Sorry, the car alarm started going off in the middle of that. Bollocks.
I couldn't hear that. I just heard the phone moving around. But
oh God, so it was. I could have just left it. It's okay. These things happen. Disturbances in life.
All right. So back again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Let us know what topic you want us to discuss.
Oh yeah. Let us know. We're open for suggestions.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Luke, for all your wisdom, as always.
And yours. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.